So on this number 2 question, we are given to simplify p to a single trigonometric ratio, right? So let's try to copy the question and try to solve the question. So it's sine. Okay, it first says p is equals to sine 360 degrees plus theta multiplied by cos of 180 plus theta multiplied by 10 of 360 plus theta. Alright, so we are told to solve for p here in this instance. So sine 360 plus an angle, we know that it's gonna be what? It's gonna be sine of that angle, and then multiply by cos 180 plus an angle. We know that cos is negative in the third quadrant, so it's gonna be cos negative cos of that angle, so negative cos theta, and then multiply by 10 360 of an angle. So we know that 10 is gonna be what's positive in the first quadrant, so it's gonna be 10 theta basically. Alright, so we have simplified it so it's sine theta multiplied by minus cos theta and multiply by, so now 10 theta we need to simplify it, so it's gonna be sine theta over cos theta basically. Right, so now this is the numerator and this is the denominator, so these two are gonna cancel each other out. Right, when they cancel each other out, you're gonna be left with what? You're gonna be left with minus 1. Right, so sine multiplied by sine is gonna be minus sine squared theta basically for our what? For our a. Right, so now let's do b. Question B says simplify q to a single trigonometric ratio. So this is q, to a single trigonometric ratio. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be cos theta minus 360 degrees, and then it's gonna be sine 90 plus an angle, and then multiply by sine of a negative angle, that this is all over what? Sine of what? Of 180. No, sine of made a mistake, so it's gonna be sine of an angle plus 180. Alright, so let's try to solve this. So basically the first thing that you need to do here, it's gonna be what? Cos of theta minus 360. So you're just gonna say cos theta minus 360 degrees plus 360 degrees basically. Right, and then multiply by sine of 90 minus an angle. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be cos of that angle, which is gonna be cos theta in this case, and then sine minus a negative sine of an angle, and then it's gonna be what is the sine of a negative angle? It's gonna be negative sine of that angle. Right, so it's all over what? So here in this case we have sine theta plus 180 So basically this is what? No, I'm incorrect here. So this is gonna be what? This is gonna be cos theta. So the answer for here is gonna be what? It's gonna be cos theta, because 360 plus 3, 360 plus minus 360 plus 360 is gonna be 0. And then it's gonna be, in the cos of positive angle is gonna be cos of that angle, and then it's gonna be cos theta again multiplied by minus sine theta. Alright, so sine of an angle plus 180, or sine of 180 plus an angle is gonna be what? Minus sine of that angle, minus sine theta. Right, so now since they are multiplying, minus sine theta is gonna cancel out with minus sine theta, and then you're gonna be left with cos squared theta. Right, so you're gonna be left with cos squared theta for number B. Alright, so now let's do what? Let's do number C. So now it says, so let's do number C. It's order front. So let's do number C. Number C says, this is first question of number C. So hence you need to determine P plus Q. Alright, so P plus Q is gonna be what? The P plus Q is gonna be minus sine squared theta, and then Q is gonna be what? Cos squared theta plus cos squared theta. So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be minus 1 minus cos squared theta plus cos squared theta. Guys, these are identities. This sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equals to 1. These are identities. You need to know these identities, guys. Trigonometry has rules. If you do not know the rules and the formulas of trigonometry, you will not be able to answer the questions. So that's why you need to be able to know each and every rule and co-function of trigonometry. Study your notes. You see, study your notes. The more questions you do, the familiar will you be with the questions, and you will not have to each and every time you do the question to go check the identity what it is. The more questions you do, the more embedded it's gonna be, and then you won't be able to have to think about it. It's gonna come naturally. So basically, let's get back to the question. So what it is, it's gonna be minus 1 plus cos squared theta plus cos squared theta. So now it's gonna be what? It's gonna be 2 cos squared theta minus 1. You see, so this is our answer, guys. So for number 2, it says find the value of Q over P. So the value of Q over P is gonna be what? It's gonna be cos squared theta over what? Over minus sine squared theta. So it's gonna be what? This is what? Cos squared theta was minus sine squared theta is gonna be it's gonna be minus 1 over 10 squared theta, basically. So this is the answer, guys. And then let's do the last question, number 3. Let's do the last question. Number B says, if P is equals to sine beta, so if P is equals to sine beta, express the following in terms of P. So express the following in terms of P. Okay, let's try to express those in terms of P. So we're given that it's cos beta plus 360 degrees, and then it's 10 multiplied by 10 beta minus 360 degrees, right, multiplied by cos of beta plus 90 degrees, basically. And it's all over what? It's all over sine squared beta plus 180 degrees multiplied by cos beta minus 90 degrees. Right. So let's do this. So it's beta, it's 360. It's cos beta plus 360 degrees. So it's the same thing when you say 360 plus beta. So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be cos beta multiplied by, so beta minus 360 degrees here again. So it's gonna be what? Because if you add plus 360 degrees here, you're gonna get what? You're gonna get 10 of beta, and then 10 of an angle is gonna be what? 10 of that angle. So it's gonna be 10 beta. Alright. And so in this question, when you say it's gonna be cos it's cos and it's gonna be 90 plus beta. Let's try to do this for this one. And then it's gonna be what? Now it's what? Sine squared beta plus 180 degrees, which is the denominator. So we are here. So it's gonna be what now? It's gonna be sine squared plus what? Plus 180 degrees, right? So it is gonna be what? It's gonna be sine beta, right? And then for this one, it's gonna be cos beta minus 90 plus 180. So it's gonna be cos beta multiplied by what? Multiplied by 10 beta, and then multiplied by minus sine beta. Alright. So it's gonna be sine squared and then sine, it's gonna be sine squared beta plus a what? 180. So we had said it's gonna be what? Sine squared beta, right? Because this here it's squared, right? So it's gonna be sine beta, sine sine squared beta, and here for this one is gonna be it's gonna be beta minus 90 plus what, plus 180. So you're gonna be left with what here in this case? We're gonna be left with cos beta plus 90, which is minus sine again, which is gonna be what, minus sine, which is gonna be minus sine beta. Right, so these two will cancel each other out because they numerate in the denominator, right? And then you're gonna be left with what? You're gonna be left with cos beta multiplied by what? By sine beta over cos beta, and then over what? Over sine squared beta. I'm writing theta now. Alright, so these two are going to cancel each other out because beta here is a denominator, here this one it's a numerator. Alright, so you're going to be left with what? We're going to be left with sine beta over sine squared beta. Right, so these two are what? Are going to cancel each other out again. You're going to be left with what? We're gonna be left with 1 over sine beta, basically, which is what? Which is 1 over p. Yeah, which is 1 over p, because sine beta is equals to b, right? Because you're given that sine beta is equals to p. So if this is the answer, our answer is gonna be 1 over p, guys. Our answer is gonna be 1 over p. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching until the end. This is the end of our lesson, and also please do not forget to hit that like button, that notification bell, and please comment if you have any other question, or you see that I made a mistake, the answer is incorrect, or you have anything that you want to clarify. Please comment down below. Yeah, and please like and share my videos to anyone else who that is struggling with mathematics or needs assistance in this subject. Okay, right? So yeah, guys, thank you very much and have a great one. Peace out.